It's waste that comes out your body. Why do you want to mess with that? Just put it in the toilet, bro.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to go anywhere else.
We're sitting here in the living room.
Yeah.
Okay. Sid's half asleep. Why? Finally, used his gym membership that he's had for about 2 years. He's finally used it today. And then he came home, and what he do? He took a nap.
I passed out.
We barely did anything, bro. I don't know even why he's tired. But it was a good workout. I actually really enjoyed it. What did we do? Upper chest, lower chest, middle chest.
Dina.
All is the chest. Yeah, I know, but no, it's good. I enjoyed
building
it.
the muscle. The muscle, the building.
It was good, it was good.
Okay.
I like it a lot. Listen, let me tell you something about I Like Me.
We need it gone.
Not even just that. Let me tell you something about I Like Me. I've obviously got all the colours, because, hello. Whenever I like wake up and I'm like, oh, I don't know what to wear, bro. Don't know what to wear. Swear to God, I just reach for my I Like Me set. And if it's a bit chilly, I wear the hoodie or the crew neck sweatshirt. If it's boiling like today, I wear the loose joggers and I wear the lovely t-shirt. And I'm vibing. I'm comfy. I'm cute. I'm confident. Do you know what I mean? All them things. Literally, this is the last humongous sale and the last chance to get these colours.
Yeah.
They're not coming back ever again.
My husband wants me to wash his ass in exchange for sex. I am in desperate need for advice, but it is an issue I do not feel comfortable discussing with my friends or family. My husband, however, asked me of things I could not do. This includes a kink he has of making me smell and wash his bum after he has a poo. I've always laughed it off and managed to change the subject whenever it comes up. He has been a bit persistent lately. He even bought laxatives the other day, which prompted me to stay at my mother's house for a bit. I do not know what to do. It has gotten to the point he will not have sex with me unless I do this for him. He tells me he gets jealous as I change our child's nappy, and I always find him watching me in... Stop looking at me. And I always find him watching me in the corner, not helping, just staring.
Oh,
Something
God.
I find so uncomfortable.
Oh, no. I feel like we need to leave this room.
Ah, man.
Like, get me out of here.
This has started to worry me as we are 2 years into the marriage with our first child. Is this grounds for divorce? I find it ridiculous that this is the sole reason I may have to depart from my marriage, as all the other aspects of it are fine. I literally have no idea how I have gotten into this, and it reduces me into tears. I do not mean to be a bad wife. If he was ever ill or unable to wash his bum, I would help him. When he broke his arm, I helped him maneuver himself, which is where I think this kink began.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So he broke his arm, and she used to help him clean his ass. And he liked it. The changing the child's nappy bit's just making me sick.
So, yeah, so, no, okay, so everyone has weird kinks and, like, secret things that they, like, wouldn't say, right? Or behind closed doors kind of fantasy shit. But the staring at you and your child when you change their nappy, to me, is a big red flag. Because if that's his kink, that means he's getting turned on watching that. And
he's jealous.
He's jealous. Because he wants that.
Okay.
So
anyways,
that to me is a massive red flag. That is a big red flag. It is. Do you know what? It's really actually...
Let's just start from the beginning, so you know where that thing started.
When you looked after him because he broke his arm.
Yeah, but that's not originally where it actually started.
Yeah,
in his life.
So either, yeah.
Yeah, obviously.
I think that just reminded him.
Obviously, something or some things have happened in his life for him to have a preference of getting his arse cleaned.
For him to have that kind of need.
By someone else.
The need which mimics, you know, somebody looking after him and him being basically like a child almost.
That's what it is.
I don't know what your husband's history is, how he grew up. I mean, I actually don't know. But there could be a few factors from his very early childhood life that play into that. Either maybe potentially abuse. We should do some trigger warnings maybe. Potentially abuse.
Cringe warning. This is cringe.
No, but
warning.
Trigger warning because I'm talking about abuse.
Yeah.
Potentially some sort of abuse, or potentially some sort of neglect, which is also abuse. But I mean, sexual abuse or neglect could be now, or could not be. Could be completely healthy childhood, and he just has
This
a
mad
weird
fetish.
kick. Like if that was Sid, I would want to know where the hell that's come from and why do you have that?
Why do you put it on?
Like I'm saying for her.
What if you want to get your ass washed?
I'm saying for her as a wife, there's loads of people who have these things where they literally act like a baby, and then their partner is looking after them like a baby, like they're literally in a cot, literally acting like a baby, and that's like, and then it turns into like a sexual thing.
Obviously, we're not taking away anything from you. It's not right, and it is grounds for a bloody divorce. Like, who would want to put up with that shit? He bought laxatives.
Yeah. So the fact that he bought laxatives now, so that now the pressure's on for you, which means his need for this is really reaching its peak. That he's really insistent on this. That if you don't do it, he is gonna want to find somebody who could do that. I don't even mean find some like a whole new relationship. But you know when you like pay people to do weird shit to you, that kind of thing. I don't want to shit stir though, but this is how I would be thinking. The fact that he's watching you changing your kid and not helping, which tells me then he's just, because you said he's just staring, so I'm thinking this guy's zoned out thinking about you doing that in a sexual way while you're changing your child in a motherly way. That for me is a huge red flag. Like I wouldn't even want him in the house with these thoughts coming in when we're trying to have a regular family life. I'd be really grossed out by it. What he's doing is actually wrong because he's refusing to have sex.
Yeah.
That's
If he's oh yeah.
He's now refusing sex until she does that. So now he is denying her of her sexual rights in a marriage until she does this weird thing. To be honest
This is a weird one because it's really like private.
Yeah.
So like, you don't want to be telling the guy's mother or dad like,
you don't.
This guy wasn't me to clean his ass, bro.
No, you don't want to be telling them. Also because, well, like we said earlier, we don't know what his family sort of life was like or is like now.
You definitely want to sit down with him and be like, there is no chance this is ever happening. You need to and solve it that way. And if that doesn't work, then you make it aware that you're going to see.
You're going to seek help.
Seek help, whether it be professional or whatever.
The thing is, we don't know what your conversation's like or anything, but like, say for example, you talk to him and he's like just not listening to anything and he's just like, well, I want to do this and this is how I'll be fulfilled, blah, blah, blah. Then I would then say, okay, we need to seek professional help so that there's somebody unbiased there to talk about it so that he can see how absolutely unreasonable what his requests are.
Yeah. And if at that point he's still like, no, well then piss off, get it somewhere else.
Get it somewhere else, but then you're obviously not
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
stay.
obviously not. So I'm gone, go get it somewhere else, go do your thing. Like,
because the thing
got
with
nothing to do with me.
the thing is with intimacy and sex in marriage, it's literally such a huge part of the marriage, emotionally as well. So like, if you do something that you are seriously uncomfortable with for the sake of your partner, in the long run, you're going to resent the act of sex and intimacy more and more and more. You don't want to get to that stage anyway, because it sounds like he's great for you in every other sense so far. What did she say? 2 years of marriage, right? With their first kid?
Yeah.
So you're still quite new in the marriage. And also what I would say is that this is one thing that you've seen in 2 years and you're still in the very early stage of marriage. Like there's some things I found out about Sid or we learned about each other after 5, 6, 7, 8 years of
Nothing
marriage.
like this.
Nothing like this,
Nothing
yeah.
like this, bro.
No, but my point is, you're still finding out things about each other. This could be the first thing, and to you it's a major red flag. To him it's just like, I'm easing this in. There could be more.
How do you ease that in?
No, but I'm saying, for him it could be
I know.
could be a small thing. And later on, because if you agree to this or whatever it is, then he's actually got more outrageous requests. You actually don't know what's going on in his head for that to just come out after 2 years of marriage. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Maybe ask him what else he wants in the long run.
Because
There might be some craziness. If you think this is crazy.
But you know what? For Muslims, it's so hard because obviously no sex before marriage. You know, if you are in a relationship, you try and keep it as halal as possible. And then you come to get married and you're supposed to have this really fulfilling sex life and have kids and a family. And people don't realize that it literally takes years to get to a point where it could be a comfortable sex life, or you've understood each other's bodies and your flow, whatever it is, it's so hard for Muslims, or for Muslims who have decided to not have physical relationships with their partners, to then suddenly go to living with each other and then just being intimate. Like, for some people it works out great and it's all good, but for others it takes time, and that's the bit that nobody really talks about, and there's no really guidance on that, or coaching or learning. Because also sexual compatibility is really important, because let's say you guys weren't Muslim and you were dating, and then you came to sleep together, or you talked about, hey, what are your sexual fantasies and all this. You know, if you put that out there in the beginning, you probably would have never married him. If you are dating someone, or you're seeing someone and you guys go to get engaged, but it's not halal yet, you haven't done ketb or nikah or whatever, somewhere along the lines, a conversation needs to happen of what are your views on sex and intimacy, and what are your fantasies? Because when you do get married and you've been together for years, you will talk about these things and you will want to do different things. But then if somebody comes out and says, hey, I want to take laxatives, I want you to wipe my ass, years down the line, that's kind of like, who are you? Sorry, who are you? I thought I married this person who was into... So maybe these conversations need to happen, and we just need to, I don't know how to say it, but like maybe this idea of like it's haram to talk about these things.
He watched Two Girls, One Cup, that's what happened.
But there's the whole thing like, it's haram, we can't talk about this, we can't talk about that, but it's like, this is your future, and the way the world is working, there's some things you need to flipping know, because if I was like younger and looking to get married now, I don't want to be getting married and then finding out this shit later and then having to get divorced. Like, are we not trying to create healthy, long-lasting marriages that can create healthy, non-toxic family homes? Or are we just trying to marry people off so that they don't have sex before marriage, and then they don't ruin the bloody the image of the family in the community, but then they're having a miserable marriage and all this weird shit happening behind closed doors? Do you know what I mean? Priorities. You can't just be happy. You can't just get everything you want. Some things are just wrong. You literally can't just be like, well, that's what I want. Like, some things are just wrong, and you just got to put that shit away, I think.
It's wrong across the board. It's waste that comes out your body. Why do you want to mess with that? Just put it in the toilet, bro.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to go anywhere else.
Like literally. Also,
like, why are you messing with that?
If he was watching now, like, your wife, who is also the mother of your child, is being an actual mother to her child, and you're basically saying you want her to act like your mother when you were little, but then you want that to be in a sexual scenario. Like, you got to be a bit... She's got to be... Like, that's gonna fuck up someone's head. Maybe he needs to see a therapist, because he's unloading literally this baggage onto his wife to fulfill, when he's clearly got some issues that need to be literally closed up.
You've got a lot of decisions to make, and you've got to plan out what you're doing.
But before those decisions, you got to do literally quite a lot of research about your husband as well. Like, talk to him, like, literally ask him, why do you have that? No, but like, literally, what triggered that? Like, what's your memories?
Yeah, like literally just sit
happen?
there and tell him, I want to know everything. Just talk to him.
Yeah, like, ask him questions about when he was younger. Like, just ask him everything. I would want to know. So like, if you find out more, you'll be able to literally understand more, and that already will get rid of your anger and a bit of your sadness, so that you're able to make decisions not based on just that what the fuck emotion. If any of you guys have any sound advice for this person, like, actually, like, not just silly advice, leave it in the comments.
Yeah, and on that note, we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.